Tzu Chi Philippines provide the high-flow oxygen concentrators to treat severe COVID patients. Chang Gung Memorial Hospital in Keelung worked with Tzu Chi to provide vaccination for the elderly. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Jenny Yan. Thank you for joining us. In the Philippines, the pandemic continues to be intense. There is an urgent need for the high-flow oxygen concentrators to treat severe COVID patients. As long as hospitals have a need, Tzu Chi Philippines will provide assistance.
A children's hospital that originally had only 141 beds sought Tzu Chi's help because it admitted more than 150 confirmed COVID patients, resulting in insufficient medical equipment.
Most of the patients are intubated, meaning they need mechanical ventilator or ventilatory support.
Oxygen machines are urgently needed. Even the ambulance is also used.
These high-flow oxygens or or oxygen concentrators can help us at the emergency level. And sometimes we also try to lend the ambulances. While waiting, we lend them oxygen, so it would really help the patients.
In the Philippines, tens of thousands of people are confronted with COVID every day, and the hospitals are short of everything. Tzu Chi provides timely assistance and the most stable support.
We actually is in need of this movement, considering that some of these cases are more, we are admitting severe and critical cases.
The Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter conducted food distribution in various communities, caring for disadvantaged families regardless of race or ethnicity. The timely distribution offers supplies and warmth to help people overcome difficulties.
Making signs with both hands and communicating with paper, the volunteers tried every means to understand the ideas of the hearing and speech impaired residents.
Malay.
At the food distribution site, volunteers cared for disadvantaged families and helped them survive the pandemic. Saroja has reached the retirement age and is struggling to walk, but she still has to take care of her younger brother who has mental disorders.
My husband passed away 2017. My one son passed away 2017. Same year too. Now I only got one son. He's very fast, staying married very far. You see that what happened to my leg? But you see my OKU brother, the leg are swollen, that big, but he walk.
Under the impact of the pandemic, the economy is in a vicious cycle, and many families are facing unemployment.
There are 4 people in your family. They work odd jobs before, but now they don't. All of them lost their jobs.
Tzu Chi helps pandemic-affected families with every bit of love from society, hoping that everyone can survive this pandemic.
In Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Nawamani, a single mother who has suffered from cataract for many years, is unable to continue working. On top of her condition, she still has to take care of her child with Down syndrome. Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers arranged for her to receive a free cataract removal surgery.
59-year-old Nawamani is a single mother. She has been taking care of her child with Down syndrome for 37 years.
Okay, my big baby lah.
Diagnosed with cataracts in 2017, Nawamani began to have poor eyesight in both eyes, and she even struggled to make phone calls.
Must see like this. Blur like double.
Now always terrible headache. So my friend say of the eyes problem only you got this. When the headache over already, I will vomit. That now both already blur. The daytime, nighttime all very blur. Little bit I can see. You're sitting, I cannot see. Black. black.
Owing to the pandemic and loss of eyesight, she is currently unemployed and lives only on the subsidies from Tzu Chi and the Ministry of Welfare.
The eyes is important. Then second,
The eyes is important. My son is important too. I have to take care of him. I still want to take care of him even though it's hard.
Volunteers assisted in driving her to the hospital for examination. The surgery, originally scheduled to be performed in a government hospital, was delayed due to the pandemic.
We took her to the Kuala Lumpur General Hospital, but when we arrived at the hospital, it said that the surgery cannot be done in July nor August because the pandemic was getting more and more serious. Then one day, a Tzu Chi volunteer called me and told me the good news that the visitor eye specialist Charis would cooperate with Tzu Chi.
I see an A, but there are double images. Isn't it A? It's shaped like a head, so I guess it's A.
She is suffering from a cataract and she can undergo a surgery. After that, she can see clearly.
After evaluation and examination, a surgery was immediately arranged. Nawamani looked forward to returning to normal life to take care of her beloved son.
Hello, Nawamani.
I think now you see, madam, I go outside, I see right
So
side.
clear, huh?
So nice, can see until the last house also I can see. I'm so happy, madam.
If the oily smoke gets into their eyes, they will rub their eyes, which will bring bacterial infection. This is the first point. The second point is when they wash their face and hair, try not to let the water get into the eyes. The third point is that we will advise the patient not to go around and take heavy things.
Under the care of her daughter, Nawamani's eyesight has improved after the surgery. She smiles more often. The doctor also said she was in good condition.
Okay. Yes, correct.
Combining charity resources, Nawamani's anxiety for more than 3 years was completely relieved. Now she can see the beauty of the world again.
Next report, we are going to look at the footage of the nursing home care mission that was initiated by employees of DaAi TV Indonesia. Due to the pandemic, they suspended the visit for a while, so residents at the nursing home say that they are happy to see them again.
Nothing is better compared to the smile seen here.
Ever since the pandemic broke out, people stopped visiting our nursing home. These visits made seniors miss the good old times. And because of everyone's care here, seniors are happy and healthy. During the event, everyone obeyed epidemic prevention measures. Seeing seniors smile, volunteers are happy too.
Besides caring for seniors here, we have brought supplies including 4,000 masks, 370 bottles of cooking oil, 20 boxes of DaAi noodles, and 380 packs of hot food. I've learned how to be grateful here. I've also learned how to act and enforce a humanitarian spirit.
Volunteers provided care to seniors. This warmed their hearts. They have also shown the spirit of great love and allowed everyone at the scene to understand how to be grateful.
One is blessed when they give. Amongst the seniors and volunteers, the warmth and smiles will for sure stay in everyone's hearts.
In early October, those in Keelung's Anla district, aged 68 to 74 years old, received the second dose of the Moderna vaccine. Tzu Chi provides Jinsehou as the location, while Keelung's Chang Gung Memorial Hospital team provided the vaccination service. To help the elderly with transportation, shuttle bus service was also available.
Doctors and nurses moved about while people were seated and stationary until the vaccine injection was completed. After the opening of school at all levels, the Keelung city government coordinated with Tzu Chi to provide services at Jinsehou Hall, which was manned by the medical team from Keelung Chang Gung Memorial Hospital.
This place is a very good place. Why didn't we do vaccinations at school? It used to be very convenient at school, but now it's the beginning of school for students, and there's no way to get vaccinated there.
I saw so many great doctors in Sanchong and Taipei serving the people. We think that our Keelung Jinsu Hall is also great. It can also serve the city government to help the people. Providing venues can help everyone come here in such a spacious environment to be vaccinated.
People who qualify for this round of vaccination are aged from 68 to 74 years old. The city government also arranged shuttle buses so that the elderly will not worry about traffic and get the second dose of vaccine to calm their worries.
A 90-year-old senior Tzu Chi volunteer, Yang Wuzhao, was a prominent businesswoman in the hardware store industry when she was young. She came into contact with Tzu Chi around the age of 70, and though she is old and has mobility issues, she still eagerly invites friends and families to do good deeds.
This event here is a charity sale initiated by 86-year-old Yang Wuzhao. She had a leg injury at the time. In the past, the senior was once a prominent business figure in Kaohsiung's hardware store industry.
In the past, when I was young, I was really busy with work.
Sister has been doing well in business, and she kept on encouraging her sons and daughters to join Tzu Chi. She really is a role model.
20 years ago, businesswoman Yang Wuzhao found her way to Tzu Chi's Hualien Jingsi abode. Afterwards, her strict imagery amongst friends greatly changed.
I changed a lot. In the past, I would have bad temper. Now, if my employees have bad temper, I actually won't get mad at them.
My mother was a very strict person. After joining Tzu Chi, her temper changed a lot.
After joining Tzu Chi, Yang Wuzhao brought family members and business friends into doing good deeds. Her daughter-in-law, Ling Mingling, also joined in to do good deeds.
We do the same thing now, so we have a great relationship. In the past, our relationship was like mother to daughter-in-law, but after joining Tzu Chi, we got along better.
Senior Yang Wuzhao loves to do good deeds. Whenever someone needs help, she'll be there to help them out.
My mother kept saying, don't stop doing good deeds. Continue doing it. By doing so, you will influence people around you.
The once successful businesswoman is now a soft, kind-hearted senior. Yang Wuzhao's story will be acted by senior actors Yang Guimei and Jian Cheng, and it will be shown on DaAi TV drama.
In Hualien, a 21-day challenge was held bringing together vegetarian restaurants, physicians, nutritionists, and chefs to put forward a plant-based diet. The goal was to develop a suitable diet for Taiwan and the planet, teaching participants to look after their health and nutrition.
I'm a meat-eating person. I grew up with meat-eating habits probably for about 45 or 46 years. I'm 47 years old now.
这是明天要用的啊，是好，
茶道、花道还有礼仪教室。
好 ，OK， 好，谢谢主任。
我们的工作大概是这样，将近20几年。
Our work is typically like this. For nearly 20 years, we have been running north and south. It's always like it is today at Tzu Chi Elementary School in Hualien when the new students report.
刚报到不久的新生，我的体重大概从36岁开始，他就。
My weight starting from when I was 36-year-old was 80 kilograms, and when I was about 40 years old, it was 90 kilograms. I remember my colleague told me that he heard the sound of my breathing. I never exercised. When I just stood there quietly, they all think I breathe quite loudly.
没有在劳动，只是静静站着，他们都觉得我呼吸声很大。裤子一直掉。
My pants keep falling down. I recently took the 21-day challenge and lost a lot of weight. My pants were once 40 inches, but now it's 36 inches. It's very troublesome to have my pants keep falling down.
我跟腰大概只剩下36，一直掉，很麻烦。
Zhao Hui was there as his weight before previous tests was 90 kg, so his body mass index is 30.4. Basically, if it's greater than 27, this means he is obese. His ideal weight should be about 65 kg. Let's take a second look at the part of the test where blood is drawn. His total cholesterol is 203, which is higher than the standard by 3 points. Basically, it is too much cholesterol. Then let's take a look at the LDL cholesterol. It's 111. So according to guidelines, it is more than 100, so the cholesterol is also high. We also see that his glycosylated hemoglobin is 6.4, so if it exceeds 5.7, although it has not yet reached our definition of diabetes, which is 6.5, he belongs to the pre-diabetes stage. If he does not adjust this diet, it is likely that he will experience the onset of diabetes. In addition to high cholesterol, which is one of the 3 highs, he may be in a high-risk group of myocardial infarction and stroke.
Is it delicious?
慢慢觉得好吃，慢慢，因为
I slowly feel it is delicious. Slowly, the taste is completely different from our past diet and habits. This is my 5th meal. I think that I began to adjust on the 4th meal. I slowly adapted and I feel pretty good. But the 1st and 2nd meals made me feel very uncomfortable.
但第1、2餐非常不适应。我必须坦白说哈，我们在一开始吃的时候，它完全跟我这。
I must frankly say that when I first ate this diet, it was completely different from my eating habits over the past 40 years, so it was very repellent. I don't know what I'm eating. It doesn't taste. It was tasteless. Amazingly, I didn't give up, but I still continue to have lunch and dinner like this. And I went to the 3rd day and the 4th day. On the 5th day, I noticed that my sense of taste seems to have changed a little bit. It's more of an abstract thing, but there are some things I noticed, such as if you bite it down, it has a summertime taste.
比较抽象一点，就是有些东西咬下去，你就觉得，对，夏天的感觉应该是这样子。
It's because our taste bud cell replacement speed is actually very quick, so as long as you do it for a week or 2, you will start to discover that it's not just your taste buds, but even the sense of smell will become more sensitive.
He obviously lost weight from 90 kg to 85.9 kg, which is almost 4.1 kg, which is quite impressive. Then his total cholesterol increased from 203 to 179, which was an improvement. It's pretty good. LDL cholesterol is reduced from 111 to 106, and triglyceride is reduced from 269 to 225. Basically, he has made very good improvements.
很好的一个改善。
The 12 gold medals from the Tokyo Olympics have led people in Taiwan to recognize the importance of sports. In Athens 2004, Zhu Muyan received a gold medal in Taekwondo. In 2008, at the Beijing Olympics, Chen Weiling received a gold medal in weightlifting, while Lu Yingqi received a silver medal. Now they work as coaches in schools. Let's see what advice they would give to future athletes.
After discovering that there's still time, Zhu Muyan felt bored and decided to display his airborne signature kicks. At the final countdown, Zhu Muyan raised his right fist with excitement as he was awarded with a gold medal.
Firstly, you cannot avoid what others think about you. These thoughts will always be there.
In Athens 2004, Taekwondo gold medalist Zhu Muyan raised a lot of attention in Taiwan. Compared to athletes today, his fame is still there.
Furthermore, you have to treat yourself as a normal human being and start from there.
Wow, she's at the Olympics.
Standing at the center of the globe, the power of an athlete inspires future generations to move forward.
Actually, I'm willing to work with other high schools. I want to do this voluntarily and help them look after the students during weightlifting.
Chen Weiling is a weightlifting coach at the National Sports Training Center. Talented athlete and future star, Fang Wanling is her best student.
After Yuanling finished her Olympic Games, the mayor of Tainan asked her to be a coach in Tainan City. This means that city governments from all over Taiwan are putting their focus onto sports.
When you sit down and when you judge yourself, you will find out that you don't actually have anything to compete with others. I only have sports and sportsmanship. So you have to think about how to fill the gap.
是不是有一个就没有挡出去的力量？有感觉吗？好好哦，整个这边太紧的拉筋都不够。好，我们学妹帮你。
As both athletes are close, even on vacations, Cheng Weiling often volunteers at Pingtung County Lai High School. The gold and silver medalist arrives to teach future athletes.
I think although weightlifting is boring, but it's a sport that requires power, it is really helpful in preventing body deterioration and aging. So I think weightlifting has a lot of potential in the future.
I think learning like this is helpful because I have a better start. In the past, there was a child who returned to the village. He didn't eat at all. And when he was too hungry, he went to the grocery store to ask for instant noodles. He couldn't pay for it, so he had to be on account.
Worried about students wasting their teenage years, Lu Yingqi used his own funds to build a dormitory near campus. Students don't have to pay for both residence and eating.
The funds that went to the dormitory is the award money for my Olympic winnings, although it wasn't enough to pay for everything, so I had to borrow 1 million NT dollars from my coach, Cheng Weiling. The students here are educated with a generation gap. Some live in a low-income household. If there are 10 children here, 10 of them suffer from financial difficulties.
In
order to cultivate future athletes, the Pingtung County government helped children living on impoverished families with the Tzu Chi's funds. Tzu Chi also worked with the county government, so we are in indirect relationship with them, since we mostly talk to the government.
Tzu Chi's assistance plan aims to help children living in impoverished families, subsidizing students with excellence in art or sports. Students in elementary or middle school may receive 2,000 NT dollars per month, while high school students may receive 3,000 NT dollars. Over the course of 4 years, a total of 600 students were benefited. Every member in Lu Yingqi's weightlifting team requested aid and were all supported.
I thought of giving up, but what kept me going was the award money, and it provided me with the chance to change myself. I also thought of reducing my family's burden, so in the future, I'll continue to do weightlifting.
We must give them a direction, and we don't want children to end their sports career around middle school or high school.
When athletes give up on learning, I feel that it's a very regrettable choice. This includes myself when I was in high school. Don't give up on learning because the things you have learned will stay with you after you retire. But if you don't have any learning experience after retirement, you will have nothing.
As more and more generations join the sports scene, a humble learning attitude and a wide variety of learning topics will keep athletes moving forward in life.
Every Mid-Autumn Festival, Badan Tzu Chi volunteers in Indonesia would make moon cakes to raise funds. Some customers even went out of their way to buy them. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. See you next time.